ovary, stigma, anther, filament. Anther, male gamete. In which of the following situations a chemical reaction does not occur? Milk is left open at room temperature during summer. Grapes get fermented. Melting of glaciers. And iron nail is left exposed to humid atmosphere.
Melting of glacier.
Melting of glacier. In order to prepare dry hydrogen chloride gas in a humid atmospheric gas. In a humid atmosphere, the gas produced is passed through a guard tube which contain calcium chloride, calcium hydroxide, calcium oxide, calcium carbonate. Calcium chloride. The property by virtue of which a solid material can be drawn into thin wires.
Ductility.
Very good. Ductility. Select the following a hydrocarbon having one carbon-carbon single bond and one carbon-carbon triple bond. Benzene, cyclohexane, butane, propyne. Propyne. Carbon-carbon single bond and carbon-carbon triple bond. The essential element taken up from the soil by the plants to synthesize protein is dash. Phosphorus, iron, nitrogen, magnesium. Nitrogen. Plants like rose and banana have lost the capacity to produce dash. Flowers, seeds, birds, fruits. Seeds. An optical device X is placed obliquely in the path of a narrow parallel beam of light. If the emergent beam gets displaced laterally, the device X is dash. Plane mirror, convex lens, glass prism, glass slab. Glass slab. Laterally displaced, emergent ray. Incident, emergent ray, parallel. Write down. A piece of wire of resistance R is cut length into three identical parts. A piece of wire of resistance R is cut lengthwise into three identical parts. Full stop. These parts are then connected in parallel. Very good. Glass slab. These parts are connected in parallel. If the equivalent resistance of this combination is R dash, if the equivalent resistance of this combination is R dash, then the value of R by R dash is dash. Then the value of R by R dash. At first you have to find the R dash, means effective resistance in parallel connection. Each individual resistance is R by 3. 1 by R by 3 plus 1 by R by 3. 9 by R. 1 by R dash equal to 9 by R dash equal to R by 9. Then R by R dash. R by R dash. R is R. R by 9. 9 by 9 R by 9. R by 9. which is 9R by R.
9.
9. 9. Next question. An electric bulb is rated to 20 volt and 11 watt. An electric bulb is rated to 20 volt and 11 watt. The resistance of its filament when it glows with a power supply of 220 volt is dash. The resistance of its filament when it glows with a power supply of 220 volt. You have to find the resistance when potential difference is 220 volt.
Of its filament.
Of its filament when power supply is 220 volt. At first you are given V equal to 220 volt, power equal to 11 watt. Find R. What will be the resistance? Very simple. R equal to V square by P. R equal to V square by P. Very good. 4400. Good. Mention your name. Four 4400. Next question. The minimum number of identical bulbs of rating 4 volt and 6 watt. The minimum number of identical bulbs of rating 4 volt and 6 watt that can work safely with desired brightness when connected in series with a 240 volt main supply is dash. The minimum number of identical bulbs of rating 4 volt and 6 watt that can work safely with desired brightness when connected in series with a 240 volt main supply is dash. The minimum number of identical bulbs. Each bulb rated by 40 volt. If they are connected in series, potential difference is sum of individual resistance. The number of 4 volt 240 by 4 60. Number of bulb is 60 bulbs. Very good. Which one of the following gets biomagnified at different levels in a food chain? Carbon monoxide, CFC, manure, DDT.
CFC.
DDT, CFC, manure, carbon monoxide. DDT, very good. In food chain given below, select the most efficient food chain in terms of energy. First food chain is grass to grasshopper, grasshopper to frog, frog to snake. Next is plant, deer, lion. Another is plants to man. Last option is phytoplankton, zooplankton, small fish, big fish.
Last.
Plants to man,
Direct.
where efficient energy get. Accession is concentrated nitric acid is diluted by adding water slowly to acid with constant stirrings. Reason is concentrated nitric acid is easily soluble in water. Assertion is false.
Reason is
D option. Very good. Next, when ciliary muscle contracts, when ciliary muscles contract, eye lens becomes thin. Reason is ciliary muscles control the power of the eye lens. When again assertion, when ciliary muscle
H to
contract, eye lens become thin. No, assertion is false.
False. Reason is
Next. A carbon compound A is widely used as a preservative in pickles and has a molecular formula C2H4O2. Write down C2H4O2. This compound is used in preservative in pickles, whose molecular formula C2H4O2. This compound reacts with ethanol to form a sweet smelling compound B. Identify the compound A. Carboxylic acid or acetic acid CH3COOH, which can be written as C2H4O2. When reacts with ethanol to form a sweet smelling compound B. B means ester. Very good. Identify the compound A, carboxylic acid, acetic acid. Write the chemical equation for the reaction of A with ethanol to form compound B. State the role of presence of an acid in the reaction. Role of acid. Which acid? Sulfuric acid.
sulfuric acid.
It acts as a dehydrating agent and remove the water molecule from next question. What is regeneration?
It is the mode of nutrition.
Mode of
Mode of
Asexual reproduction.
asexual reproduction in which planaria
when
Generated from its parents.
from its cotted one. Become a new organism from a cotted one.
Dehydrated agent. Good. केंद्रिक बहिष्कार नाटा यार नाटकार यार सुमरेश ना
तो सोमरेश लिखा है।
अच्छा स्टेट फ्लेमिंग्स लेफ्ट हैंड रूल
It is the rule presented by Fleming in which the
Thumb represents
thumb represent
the thumb forefinger and middle finger of the left hand are stretched mutually perpendicular to each other in such way
represent of force,
direction of force.
and the
Middle is the direction of current. How is washing soda obtained from sodium chloride?
By heating.
Give chemical equation for the reactions involved in the process. How is washing soda obtained from sodium chloride? How is washing soda obtained from sodium chloride? Washing soda is sodium carbonate, decahydrate, 10s2. Sodium carbonate can be obtained by heating baking soda. Further, the recrystallization of sodium carbonate gives washing soda. It is a basic salt. What happens when electric current is passed through an aqueous solution of sodium chloride called brine?
Lower alkali process, or baking soda is a
What happens?
baking soda is
NOH, sodium hydroxide,
is obtained.
chlorine and hydrogen.
Hydrogen gas is
Next, write the role of motor neuron and relay neuron.
Motor neuron is the
Carries signal from central nervous system to the muscle,
or if
causing movement or response. Relay neuron act as a connection between sensory and motor neurons, transmitting signals within the spinal cord or brain. The general formula of alkanes is
alkene CnH2n.
alkane CnH2n plus 2. Which of the following is a basic salt? Sodium chloride, ammonium chloride, sodium carbonate, zinc sulfate.
Sodium carbonate.
The part of the human eye which controls the amount of light entering into it. Pupil, cornea, ciliary muscle, retina.
Pupil.
Which raw material is used for the preparation of bleaching powder?
Calcium and chloride.
Dry slate lime.
And CaOCl.
CA
OCl2.
bleaching powder formula. What happens when gypsum is heated above 373 Kelvin?
Cluster of Paris is formed.
Cluster of Paris
is
Form.
formed. Gypsum is CaSO4 2H2O when heated 373 Kelvin, then calcium sulfate half H2O, cluster of Paris is formed. The arteries are deeply seated in the body. Justify. The arteries are deeply seated in the body. The, the arteries carries oxygenated blood away from the heart to the tissue. The blood flows in arteries under high pressure and in spots. What will happen if arteries will be superficially located?
The supply of oxygenated blood from the heart to the tissues, the weakening slow process. The slow process.
If the arteries are located superficially, then there is the high possibility of their damage, which could lead to a lot of blood loss. To prevent this damage and blood loss, arteries are not located superficially. Why only the veins are provided with valves?
Because they have thick walls, so they can back to their quality.
Only the veins and not the arteries are provided with the valves because vein carry the blood away from the organ towards the heart. What does the term double circulation signifies?
It is the movement of blood through lungs to heart.
The blood
Twice in a complete circulation.
The blood goes through the heart twice during each cycle or complete cycle. Which mechanism plays an important role in transportation of water in plants? During daytime, which mechanism? Transpiration pool. At night, root pressure. What is common in both insulin and glucagon? Insulin and glucagon both help in the regulating the level of blood sugar. Insulin decreases the blood sugar and glucagon increases the blood sugar. Name the sensory receptors found in the nose. Olfactory, tongue or gustatory. Which part of the brain concerned with memory, will and power? Cerebellum. ये सोमरेश बा से ना चेंज करती अरे अपदार्थटा कौन लिखिथि केंद्रिक ठीक है identify the parts of a brain concerned with muscular coordination. Cerebellum. Name the hormone secreted in scary situation by animals. Scary means fear thanti. Write any three response which enable the animal body to deal with it. Adrenaline hormone is secreted in scary situations by animals. Increased heart rate, reduced blood supply to digestive system and skin, increased breathing rate due to contraction of diaphragm and rib muscle. Which hormone is responsible for the changes noticed in females at puberty? Estrogen. Dwarfism results due to deficiency of which hormone? Blood sugar level rise due to deficiency of which hormone?
Insulin.
Blood sugar level rise due to deficiency of insulin. Iodine is necessary for the synthesis of which hormone? Name the disorder which a person is likely to suffer from due to the following: over secretion of growth hormone,
Extra tallness.
disorder, rheumatism, gland pituitary, deficiency of estrogen in female. यदि इस्ट्रोजेन हार्मोन कमी जाए, फीबली ग्रोथ इन सेक्सुअल कैरेक्टर, तांकर सेक्सुअल कैरेक्टर गुड़िक हल्का हल्का ग्रो हम, डेभलप हम ना, सेटा कोटी सिक्रेशन हुए ओभारी, लेस सिक्रेशन ऑफ थायरॉक्सिन, डिसऑर्डर कौन हम, माने तो रोगटा कौन हम, वेट रे, किसी मुंडे नहीं तो, को ग्लैंड सिक्रेशन हम, वो कौन पढ़ू चुके, जा पत्ते तक कोई नहीं चलते।